Greetings, my name is Rudimentary Rob. Welcome back to my Valheim series. Today we've got a bit of a special one. If you're wanting some action, you've come to the right place. We are, as indicated on the map there, we're going to be heading to a section of the plains that we've only very briefly scouted, and we're going to access it from the Hilda portal. So, strap yourself in, put on your industrial strength, packed and ready for action helmet, because we've got a good one today. Apparently the mosquito repellent doesn't seem to work in Valheim. Oh well, maybe with the final release they'll put a mosquito repellent in. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, we have ourselves a 2-star gobbo. Alright, well we better be a bit careful with this one. Let's see how hard he hits. Ooh, that is pretty hard. To actually do damage through this shield when I'm blocking, that's a pretty big hit. Yeah, you got to be careful of these guys, particularly like one-on-one in this gear. You don't usually struggle, but if he's got some buddies, yeah, you got to have your wits about you. Well, we have ourselves a fairly big village here, and if you want to leave a comment down below before we get started, and you tell me how many gobbos do you think is in this village? Leave your estimates down below. Alright, so we get a small interlude into our goblin killing escapades. These loxes were a little on the uncomfortably close side, so I guess it was inevitable I was going to end up aggroing at least one of them eventually. But rest assured, even in this gear, you've got to be reasonably careful around a lox, because they can hit pretty hard. But as soon as we're done wiping this big fella out, we will definitely get back to our gobbo death counting escapades. Well, we are definitely starting to make some inroads into this village, but rest assured, if I tell you that we're not even halfway there yet, you can believe me on that one. Alright, now we have our shamans, well, a shaman to deal with. You got to get through the shield first, but as you can see, once you get through the shield, they are kind of squishy. Another 2-star gobbo. Well, we got some decent practice on the last one, so that one's days were always numbered. That seems like a decent count so far. The village looks clear, but I keep hearing this laughing. Oh yeah, the guy in the tower. That makes 28 gobbos in total. So, if you wonder why I don't randomly charge in the middle of one of these villages to just take them all on at once, yeah, that would be why. Anyone succeed in guessing that one? Congratulations if you did. If you guessed more, then, you know, that's very optimistic of you, and I'm going to personally thank the game for not having any more than this. But the action's not quite done yet. Comment down below if you think what might happen next. Yeah, we're going to take care of a couple of patrols, and honestly, it's night time in the plains, so randomly coming across a patrol of gobbos, not really going to award any points if that was your guess. No, I'm thinking something bigger might be coming up, but no, stay tuned, keep your helmet on, keep the guesses coming. Yeah, getting rid of a couple of Loxes. Yeah, that's not a bad guess. But no, the thing hasn't happened yet. What do you want to have to deal with, you know, while you're dealing with Loxes and potentially another Gobbo patrol? That's right. and a world event where you get raided by a cloud of wolves. Now, for this to happen most of the time, it's just, annoying when you're in this level of gear. But to have this happen in the middle of the plains at a village with loxes and gobos, it is hilarious. Don't get me wrong, you've still got to keep your head on a swivel, but everything in this biome is not going to put up with wolves being around, so they aggro on everything. So if you see me backing away from the loxes and not engaging them, it's because if I'm far enough away from the loxes will go after the nearest wolf, so they're kind of helping me out a bit. But at the same time, the wolves are doing damage to the loxes, so the wolves are helping me. So I'm just hedging my bets, really. And then we've got one lox down. We've got another lox there. He's chewing on a wolf. That's fine. I'm just gonna knock a few of the wolves away that are having a go at me, and only deal with the lox when the lox comes back to me. So, never panic when you see this sort of thing, or make it the second thing on your list. The first thing on your list should be, laughing hysterically at the level of action that you are now partaking in. Well, the hunt is over, maybe. There are still some wolves out there because I can still hear some howling. Now, true story, I was sailing past here, relatively speaking, in about a couple of days game time, and seriously, there was 2 wolves out in the ocean just off the coast here, just randomly swimming around, chewing up any of the animals that had swum out into the ocean. So, to say that there's always a lot of wolves that come out of these events is, it's not exactly an understatement. Now, we start the laborious task of cleaning up the mess, because most of this is actually still pretty useful. So, commence the vacuum cleaner montage as we get ourselves ready to start running this back to base. Alright, emptied the bags, got myself a rested buff. We're in our next game day now, and we're heading back out to start picking up some more of that lovely mess that we created. because we use the cloudberries in the lox pies, always good to pick up a few of those from time to time. Now, I figure while I'm here, I'm actually going to push a little bit further north here and see just how far this bit of the plains actually goes. I don't end up scouting all of it, but we do get a pretty good look at what's there. And as always with Valheim and its beautiful weather engine, when you want to scout around somewhere and the ability to see long distances is important, Valheim will inevitably produce some kind of weather event to make your scouting as difficult or ineffective as possible. So, yeah, thanks for that, game devs. Love your work. So look, visibility's not that horrific, so we're just going to keep scouting. Honestly, I was sailing a little bit earlier in the actual week, and I was in a fog bank, and I couldn't see 3 inches in front of my nose. The weather system in this game is fantastic, but sometimes you're gonna curse it inevitably. But I just love it. It's good game design. Yeah, a few tar pits around. I'm not that really into tar in this run through. I've got enough for my immediate needs. I know where to come if I need more. I just had a bit of a quick stop over at that stone structure. I don't remember seeing them like that before. But I remember I do actually, particularly at night, you do see just normal skeletons around sometimes. And I'm guessing that stone structure is probably a bit like the little mini Stonehenges in the meadows that can spawn skeletons at night. I imagine that's just the plains version, I expect. But it's not quite night time yet, so we're not that worried. And even if it was night time, a skeleton is going to be working real hard to do any kind of meaningful damage to me these days. So, yeah. In the meantime, we get on with our scouting and our massacring of the local wildlife. Alright, we've successfully finished our loop, and we are now going to be heading back to base via the portal at Hilda. Give or take a few more local mosquitoes making their presence known. Okay, we are now back at base doing our big unloading montage, and we've reached the end of the episode. We have plenty more episodes to come. We are getting reasonably well through the plains biome, and I'm actually starting to scout for wherever the nearest boss spawn is for the next boss, Yagluth. If you want to be kept up to date with that, make sure that you subscribe and hit the notification bell. If you've liked this episode, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. In the meantime, my name is Rudimentary Rob. Thank you very much for watching, and have yourself a fantastic day.